What if your life changed in just a few minutes because of nature's unimaginable power? Imagine standing on the shore and watching a wave, towering as high as a 12-story building, rushing toward you with unstoppable force. This was the horrifying reality for millions during the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, Aceh 2004 tsunami, coming along with 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami in Japan. These events were not just a natural disaster, but also a moment that tested resilience, preparedness, and humanity of affected regions. Together, we will uncover a detailed journey into this event to understand the causes, responses, and lessons we can carry forward. Now let's get through to the maps that are shown. This map illustrates the location and impact of the three major tsunamis: the 2011 Tohoku tsunami in Japan, the 2004 Indian Ocean, and the 2004 Aceh tsunami. It highlights tectonic plates boundaries, seismic epicenters, marked by red circles, and the wave patterns radiating outward. Showing the west reach of this disaster, the map emphasized the Pacific Ring of Fire and the Sunda Trench, which are critical zones of tectonic activities that caused this event. It also served as a visual reminder of the immense destruction the tsunami caused and the importance of global disaster preparedness. The blue concentric circles on the map represent earthquake epicenters and their relative magnitude. Each circle size reflects the earthquake's strength, with the largest circle indicating more powerful events. The spacing between the circles represents the spread of seismic wave, showing how the energy radiates outward from the epicenter. For example, in the 2004 Indian Ocean event, wave traveled as far as East Africa, causing destruction thousands of kilometers from the epicenter. Let's begin with Japan Tohoku disaster, which struck on March 11, 2011 at 2:46 p.m. A 9.0 magnitude earthquake occurred off the northeastern coast of Honshu, Japan. This undersea megathrust earthquake was one of the strongest ever recorded. Within minutes, it triggered a devastating tsunami, with a wave reaching high of up to 40 meters. Entire towns were obliterated, infrastructure was destroyed, and nearly 60,000 lives were lost, with thousands still missing to this day. Adding to the devastation, the tsunami caused critical failure at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, leading to a nuclear disaster that necessitated the evacuation of over 150,000 people. Now let us shift to the Indian Ocean tsunami, which is occurred on December 26, 2004, a massive 9.1 to 9.3 magnitude earthquake struck off the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, triggering tsunami that affected 40 countries, including Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand, with as high as 30 meters swept across coastal communities, leaving over 230,000 people dead and 1 million displaced. Also Aceh, 9.1 magnitude, about 167,000 deaths in Indonesia. Right here you can see all the photos of before and after the tragedy that happened in the places. Let's now move on to the next. This chart highlights the stark differences in disaster preparedness between the regions. Japan's proactive approach to early warning system, infrastructure, public awareness, and response team significantly reduced the impact of the 2011 tsunami. In contrast, the lack of preparedness in Aceh and Indian Ocean region during 2004 amplified the devastation, with scores ranging from 1 to 10. In the first category, early warning system, Japan stands out with a score of 8, reflecting its advanced seismic monitoring technologies and real-time tsunami warnings. For instance, the Japan Meteorological Agency operates an advanced seismic monitoring system, capable of issuing alert within a second. Coastal areas were fortified with sea walls designed to block tsunami wave, and communities regularly participated in evacuation drills. The system was crucial in reducing the loss of life during the 2011 disaster. Meanwhile, Aceh scored significantly lower around 4 as the 2004 tsunami caught the region off guard with limited warning capabilities. The Indian Ocean regions fared even worse, with a score of just 3, highlighting a lack of early warning infrastructure before 2004. Next is infrastructure strength. In another area where Japan excelled, scoring 9, Japan's stringent building codes and tsunami-resistant infrastructure minimized structural damage during 2011 event. Aceh and the Indian Ocean region scored considerably lower at 5 and 3, respectively, reflecting the devastation caused by the 2004 tsunami due to weaker structure and limited disaster-resilient design. Moving on to public awareness, Japan again leads with a score of 8, thanks to its regular disaster drills and widespread education on tsunami safety. Aceh and Indian Ocean region scored 4 and 2 respectively, showing that limited public knowledge of tsunami risk exacerbated the casualties in 2004. These scores underscore the critical need for public education in the disaster-prone areas. In the final category, response teams, Japan achieved a score of 9, reflecting its well-trained and coordinated emergency response teams, which play a vital role in the post-disaster recovery. Aceh scored a moderate 6, showing some capacity but significant room for improvement. The Indian Ocean region, however, scored only 4, as this disaster overwhelmed local and regional response capability. Next, in Japan, the immediate response to the Tohoku disaster was commendable. Within hours, the government mobilized the Self-Defense Force and coordinated rescue operations involving local, national, and international agencies. Early warning system gave residents crucial minutes to evacuate 7 countless lives. Emergency shelter and medical facilities were set up swiftly. However, the scale of destruction posed a significant challenge. Communication network and transportation were severely disrupted, delaying aid delivery. The Fukushima nuclear crisis further complicated the response, requiring specialized teams to contain reactor meltdown and evacuate nearby residents. Meanwhile, the response to the Indian Ocean tsunami heavily relied on international aid. Humanitarian organizations and foreign governments provided essential relief, including foods, water, and medical supplies. However, the lack of local coordination and infrastructure led to delay and inefficiencies. Despite this hurdle, the global response highlighted the importance of international collaboration in addressing large-scale disasters. Next, recovery efforts in Japan focus on rebuilding disaster-resilient communities. The government allocated 300 billion to reconstruction, prioritizing elevated housings and stronger infrastructure. Special attention was given to affected areas by radiation from Fukushima. Social recovery programs, including mental health services and financial aid, were implemented to support survivors. In the Indian Ocean region, recovery involved rebuilding devastated towns and establishing a regional tsunami warning system to prevent future disasters. Countries like Indonesia and Thailand embrace sustainable tourism and ecotourism as a part of their recovery strategies, turning challenge into opportunities. These 3 disasters were triggered by an undersea megathrust earthquake, causing devastating tsunamis that overwhelmed coastal regions. However, the outcomes varied significantly due to difference in preparedness and response. Japan's response system minimized casualties, while the lack of such measure in the Indian Ocean and Aceh regions led to far greater loss of. The long-term impact of Japan earthquake and tsunami in 2011 and the Aceh tsunami and come along the Indian Ocean tsunami on tourism has been significant, affecting both the immediate recovery and the industry resilience over time. In Japan, a disaster caused a sharp decline in tourism due to the widespread damage and safety concerns. However, Japan quickly focused on rebuilding and improving its disaster management system. Over time, this led to the restoration of major tourist destinations like Tokyo, Kyoto, Hokkaido. Japan also leveraged its advancement in technology and infrastructure as a selling point, promoting its preparedness for future disaster. By 2012, tourism had started to recover with international arrival, returning as the destination regained its reputation for safety and reliability. Similarly, the Aceh tsunami in 2004 devastated the region tourism industry, which was heavily reliant on coastal resort and cultural attraction. The recovery was slow, but the long-term impact has been marked by rebuilding efforts that focus on improving infrastructure and disaster-resilient tourism facilities. Over the years, Aceh has focused on sustainable tourism, offering visitors unique cultural and natural experience, with a strong emphasis on resilience. The Indian Ocean tsunami also had a lasting effect on tourism, particularly in Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia. Tourism-dependent economies in this region faced severe losses, but the long-term recovery involved not just rebuilding infrastructure, but also promoting ecotourism and community-based tourism. The industry eventually bounced back, showing increased resilience and a shift to a better disaster risk management in tourism operations. Before I end this video, I would like to say that preparedness, communication, and collaboration are essential to minimizing the impact of a crisis on tourism. Preparedness involves implementing early warning system, constructing disaster-resistant infrastructure, and educating communities on the safety measures. This effort enable timely evacuations and reduce the impact of natural disasters such as tsunamis and earthquakes. Hotels and resorts should develop clear evacuation plans, practice them regularly, and share safety information through flyers, signs, and training to ensure tourists are well informed and destinations remain trustworthy. Effective communication during crisis is crucial to minimize harm and ensure safety. Timely updates on evacuation routes, emergency contact, and safe shelter shared via social media, public announcements, and multilingual message help both tourists and locals. Post-crisis honest update combat misinformation and restore trust in destination, encouraging tourism to return and supporting economic recovery. Also, collaboration among governments, private businesses, NGOs, and local communities is vital for efficient disaster response and recovery. A coordinated approach ensures timely resource distribution and effective recovery efforts, including reconstruction, marketing campaigns, and tourism incentives. Unify efforts, foster resilience, and rebuild tourism appeal, and create a sustainable framework for future crisis management, ultimately strengthening the destination reliability and growth potential. To sum up, natural disasters are inevitable, but their impact can be mitigated through preparedness, resilience, and collaboration. The tragedies of 2004 and 2011 serve as a powerful reminder of the need for vigilance and innovation in disaster management. Let us learn from this event to build a safer and more resilient world.